Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my videos. I garden in Zone 7B in the southeastern United States, and I do gardening videos, plant rehab, perennial planting, anything related to gardening. I garden with plants and flowers, and I garden with, I have a small edible garden. So stick around, and if you like this content, please subscribe, please like, please share. So for today's video, I want to show you what I still have in containers that needs to go in the ground. I have a couple of plants that are always going to be in containers because, again, when I move, I want to take them with me. I don't want to grapple with them out the ground, and they are hardy enough for me to keep them in the containers. So I have some crepe myrtles in containers. I got some Japanese maples in containers, and some boxwoods in containers, and some arborvitae. But those are in the ground, not in the ground. They're actually around the yard, spotted all over. But these guys here, they are either an evergreen or a perennial. And I need to get them in the ground for different reasons. So, for example, most of these were clearance plants. You might recognize some in clearance videos. Some I've never done a video because I just got them, and some I got from that Accent nursery that I found a couple of weeks ago here in Georgia. So I want to go through the plants that I have, and you'll see. So the first ones that I showed you already were these Cheyenne Spirit coneflowers. These guys here they were at Lowe's on clearance, got them half off, so they end up being $8, and I will divide those into two. So, and I have 3 plants, 1, 2, 3. So I will try to divide these into 2 each and get 6 plants. So that's the Cheyenne Spirit. Those are full sun perennials, and those were from Lowe's. I also have some gardenias. These gardenias I've had for quite a while. Got these from my garden friend Judy, and I potted them up, but they've been really stunted. They're not really doing too much. They've never bloomed. They're not really growing that great, and I have a problem when it comes to gardenias. Gardenias don't seem to like me, so they don't really perform. And I'm just going to throw this in the ground. These 2 guys right here. I'm just going to throw them in the ground and see what happens. See, they're already having yellow flowers, which means they're deficient in something. I definitely know it's not an overwatering situation, and I know they're not getting burnt by the sun. I don't know what it is. No matter what I do, gardenias just don't perform for me, but I'm not going to give up on them. I don't know what type of gardenia this is because, like I said, my friend Judy gave this to me. I've bought frost-proof gardenia that also gives me trouble, but I don't know this type. So if you do know this type, and let me zero in on the leaves a little bit. If you do know this type, let me know in the comments, and I will do some research on it to see if I can help the plant a little bit better. It's obviously not happy. It's not growing. It's turning yellow, and it hasn't flowered. So that needs to go in the ground. Also, that needs to go in the ground is this arborvitae here. This guy here I've had for a while. Bought it on sale at Lowe's. Or was it Home Depot? Can't remember which one. This looks like a Home Depot. Yeah, it's Home Depot. I'm sorry. It's right there. Home Depot. Yeah, so I bought this from Home Depot on sale. It wasn't clearance because you know how they do with their non-clearance. And I am going to put it in the center of this bed right here. I'm going to redo this entire bed and put it right there. I'm going to replace that Veronica in the middle and make it an arborvitae. And then use the perennials around the arborvitae. It's a terrible looking bed. Don't worry about that. So that's what I'm going to put there. That's a Hetz midget, a full sun evergreen shrub. Also in this little lineup here is, you might remember when I went to the Accent Nursery, I was so excited about these camellias. These are Dr. Tinsley camellias. And these guys here, 1, 2, 3, right there. And the nursery didn't have a lot of information on it. I think it's a Sasanqua because of the type of leaves. At least I know that part. Don't know what color. Did something online, said it might be, Tinsley's might be red or white, red and white. Not sure. But all I know about this for sure is that it's a Dr. Let me just see right here again. What's the official name of it? Yes, it's a J.D.R. Tinsley. I'm thinking it's J. Dr. Tinsley. I might be named after somebody. It's budded up. I don't know if these are leaves or these are flowers trying to come out, because I know Sasanquas bloom in the fall, and we are very much into fall this very last day in September. Today is September 30th. So I have 3 of these, and they're looking really, really nice. They have not shown any deterioration ever since I've got it from the nursery. You know, sometimes when you go to the nursery and you buy something, it looks all great, and the minute you bring it into your yard, it starts acting funny. These have been looking really, really nice, and they are getting budded up. I'm thinking it's new leaves. I'm not sure. See right there, right there. So I've got 3 of those. Now, these are shade, well, not shade. These are part sun plants. They need sun to bloom, but they don't need that much sun because they might burn. So I have a spot that I'm thinking is going to be good for it, and I've actually been keeping them in that spot and watching it, and I think the spot is good because they haven't burned. So before I dig a hole and then put it there and then it burns, I like to put it actually there in the pot, let it sit there, and it's looking really, really good. This guy here was not a clearance plant. This was a buy that I did not need to do. I went to Lowe's and bought a bunch of stuff, and then I saw this guy here and I picked it up, and I had no business picking it up because I have enough autumn joy sedums. But isn't that pretty? No, nobody can outdo the autumn joy sedum come fall, and every single time. So this one here, I'll probably put it by my mailbox, because I have a couple of autumn joys and autumn fires in the backyard, but I do have some autumn joys at my mailbox because, you know, they don't need a lot of water, and sometimes I actually forget to go out there and water stuff, and that's fine. That's perfect for the mailbox bed, which I need to do a video of. There's not much going on out there. I redo the mailbox bed so many times, it's not even funny. But now I've settled on just autumn joy sedum and some other annuals. What's that annual that I have there? I can't remember it right now. Marigolds. That's what I have out there. Marigolds. And that's the only thing that's out by the mailbox. So right now, I don't have to do too much with the mailbox. We haven't gotten rain in like 10 days, and the autumn joy sedums are quite fine. Okay. One other thing I wanted to show you was this guy here. You might recognize him. Again, I bought this from another nursery that I saw. Me and a friend of mine, we went to the nursery. This was $12, and it's really nice. Looks like it's in a 3-gallon, and I loved it so much. But it's an agave, and I don't know much about agave except that, you know, they used to make tequila, but I know they love sun, they don't like wet soil. That's what I know about agave. But I don't know, and I've seen agave in my neighborhood, but they're all in the ground. I don't know if it'll make it in my zone 7B winter. I really don't know, but I'm scared to move it and repot it because I feel like I'm gonna do something to it bad. But I know that it's definitely not okay in this cheap nursery pot. I mean, we might get down to 10 degrees and that might be an issue. And I really don't, I mean, I know it's only $12, but isn't this plant so beautiful? It's really, really blue in person. Blue agave. Really, really pretty. Bought it from, what's that nursery called? Atlanta Growers? I think that's where I got it from. Atlanta Growers. Yep. $12. Okay, so that guy there, really, really stunning. It's not even coming out as blue as it is in real life on the photo, I think. Okay, next on the list is these hostas. Now, I went to Home Depot today and I saw these guys. These were Hosta Patriots. Markdowns, $3. Now this is only one stem or one stalk, but look, it's already given me new growth. So come next year, this will be 2 times the size of this plant. At least two times the size of this plant. Only $3, down from $7, and these definitely need to go into the ground so that they can come back bigger and better come spring to the summer. I bought 6 of these. I had gone to Home Depot before and they had the Minuteman one too, and I bought some of those and I ended up planting them and actually forgetting to do the video. But I went back and got some more, and these Hosta Patriots are looking so nice and healthy. So these are the newest growth. This is the older growth, and they all are showing signs of health. Look at that. Really nice looking hostas. Got another one here. Look at that, Hosta Patriot. One of my most reliable hostas and my most beautiful. It doesn't have to be in deep shade. It can take a little bit more sun than some of the other hostas. But look at how pretty that is. Hosta Patriot. Get you some if you don't have some. But I think most people do, because it's just a staple in the hosta family. Like when you buy a hostas, chances are you started out with a Patriot. I know I did. Okay, so I have like 6 of those, and those are going over there. I have a whole bed that needs to be cleaned up, that this is gonna go. So those are some of the plants, and then we have here in the wheelbarrow, you might have recognized this guy here. Did a video of it when I got it at Home Depot, guys. This is a 3-gallon Proven Winners Pugster Periwinkle Butterfly Bush for $7. But I never put it in the ground. And I didn't want to, because I wanted to enjoy the flowers. And now that the flowers are kind of like going away, now I can put it in the ground. Because this is what happens. Yes, you're supposed to put it in the ground when you get it. But I like to, if there are flowers on it, I like to enjoy it first. Because once you dig, tickle the roots, dig the hole, put it in the hole, water in, and it's actually going to get shocked and you might lose some flowers. But these were really, really, really pretty. So I purposely did not plant it. This was $7, guys. If you go back into my videos, you'll see the Pugster Periwinkle Proven Winners Butterfly Bush video when I was so excited I got a 3-gallon for $7. This guy here is a full sun plant, and there's a $7 tag. This guy here is, let me see, a full sun plant, and only gets to, 2 feet tall and wide, and that's perfect for me. And one of the reasons I actually bought this guy here too is because I had a bunch of butterfly bush in that bed over there, and they were taken over. And let me actually show you where those butterfly bushes are. I dug them out of there because they were taking up so much space. They were really great growers. I dug them out of there and I put them in containers. I cut it down. This is where I cut it down. I pruned it all the way down to here, literally 3 weeks ago. And look at that, 3 weeks ago. Butterfly bush, you give it some heat and this guy will grow. So I gave away one to a friend because there were 4 of them, and I plan to keep them in the container to kind of keep them at a certain size because they get big. They were taller than me. I mean, I'm 5'6.5", and they were 6 and 7. That was just a little bit too much. So I have 1, I have 2, and I have 3. This guy here is blooming. Can you believe that? So those guys there, I'm actually going to leave them in there. I'm not going to put them in the ground because, one, space is limited, y'all. Like I said, I was not going to dig up any new beds. Would I love to? Yes. It's not a good idea that I do anyway because of the drainage issue here. I have a creek in the back, and then whenever we get thunderstorms and rain, well, you know what? It's not a creek. It's a ditch. Okay, let's just call it what it is. It's a ditch. There's a ditch back there that one of the previous homeowners did because the way the water runs off from the back property, it comes down into our yards and it overflows that ditch and it comes down into my yard. And then it kind of washes away my mulch, it drowns plants. But then the water, the good thing about it is the water knows where to go. And I'm not going to try to block water because the worst thing you can do is try to beat out water because water will always win. So when the creek overflows there, and here, this is where I keep saying creek, ditch. When the ditch back there overflows, it comes into the yard, comes down through my garden beds, washes away some of the mulch, does a lot of damage, and then comes down and comes in, hangs around here a little bit, because it's a little low lying, hangs around here before it makes its way and goes down there. Or if it's a lot of water, it'll make its way down there. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not going to dig up the bed. Would love to because I don't like lawn. I don't want any grass. Grass has no use for me as a gardener. It's just something to look at, which is really, I don't know, it's just grass. But some people take their grass very seriously. If it wasn't for the drainage issue here, all this grass would have been gone. All of it would have been gone. But I need the grass to kind of keep the soil in place, and then I can work with the beds that I actually created. Anyway, so yeah, that's a long way of saying that I have butterfly bushes in a container. Anyway, so back to the plants that I have. Okay, so that's the butterfly bush. Then you probably haven't seen this one. This one is a viburnum. Now, I don't have any experience with viburnum. This was from Home Depot. I have no idea what type of viburnum. I have no idea what to do with this viburnum because, as in Home Depot style, their marks, they don't give you the intel. They don't tell you what you need to be doing. They literally show you a picture and they tell you to dig a hole and put it in there. They'll tell you the hardness zone is, -30, and you can space between 3 and 10 feet, and that this will bloom late summer and to midsummer. But it would be nice if I knew what type of viburnum. So here are the blooms here. So if you know what type of viburnum this is, please let me know in the comments. And then here's the foliage, so you can, maybe that will help you a little bit. Because I don't know anything about viburnum. The only reason I bought this guy, and you guys already know what I'm going to say, is because it was on sale. This guy here, let me see if the tag is still on here. Yeah, let me see. Yes, it was $24.98 and it was 50% off. So I paid $12 for this 3-gallon viburnum. So I felt like that was a sale. So I picked it up, and I'm always looking for new plants. I know I buy a lot of coneflowers. Hint, hint. I know I buy a lot of coneflowers, but there are still a lot of plants that are not in my garden. And viburnum is one of them, and I've heard really great things about viburnum. So I wanted to try it out, and it was only $12 for a 3-gallon, so I picked it up. Okay, so the last plant on the list is, guess what? Coneflower. A cauliflower. It's like every time I do a video, a cauliflower sneaks in here somewhere. Yes, guys, I went to Walmart to pick up some stuff. Nothing to do with gardening. But of course, I ended up in the garden area just to look because, right now my Walmart, literally all it has there are mums. And I don't have any, I don't need any mums. I have mums that came back from me last year, so I'm not buying any mums. I've got pink mums, mauve mums, red mums that's going to go into my fall containers, and I'm going to get those from my backyard. I went there just looking, and look what was on sale. On clearance. Now, for Walmart, these are actually decent because Walmart's clearance are rough. You think Home Depot and Lowe's clearance plants are rough? Try Walmart. Well, my Walmart. My Walmart is terrible. Those plants usually have to be on their dying bed, their last leg for Walmart to try to give you for $2, $3, $4, $5. So these guys here are the artisan coneflower. And I got them for $3 each. They're in a trade 1 gallon. And all I know about it is that it's artisan coneflower. $3. I know that it needs full sun. And I know that it goes between 16 to 18 inches tall. And it's hardy to -30. But it's a Home and Gardens brand. Those don't really do too great, but for $3 I'm willing to try. So I got 3 of those. This one, and it's so funny, when I was at the store, this lady saw me, she gave me that smile, that garden approval smile. She was like, "You got some?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Okay, happy gardening." So that felt good every time. I appreciate gardeners, I appreciate garden friends, and I appreciate people who appreciate plants. So yeah, guys, so isn't this beautiful? Look at this really nice, deep, yellowy, orangey color. Really, really nice. So I got 3 of those. So yes, guys, those are the plants that are still trying to find a home in my yard. Is really, really hard, and everybody is so different. This guy here needs absolutely full sun, no question about it, as does this guy here. They definitely don't need wet feet. Then you have these guys here that are either part sun to shade, and they like it moist. And then we have the Camellia Evergreen, which is a part sun, needs some sun to flower, but if it doesn't get enough sun, it won't flower, but it won't die. It'll just give you a bunch of foliage. And then I have the Cheyenne Spirit coneflowers, which are yellow. Some gardenias in here that I don't know what it is, and if you do, please let me know. And of course, we have the arborvitae. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my videos. Let me know, what have you been finding on the clearance racks? What needs to be still planted in your garden? There's a lot of garden space that I still have, guys. A lot of garden space. All this here is garden space. All up here is part sun to part shade. All up there, it has, look at all that space right there. Bam. But that's part sun, and I don't think anybody here is part sun. Everybody, well, yeah, except for the camellia, but it's very, 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 very thick clay up there, and I will need a lot of soil conditioner to put the camellia there. I'll figure it out. But yes, guys, this is the garden. Don't know where half of these things are gonna go, but I'm gonna make it work. I'm going to make it work, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Please tell somebody about the channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to be alerted on my new videos, guys. Thanks and have a great day. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.